Can I speak like that? Is it better?
It is, but there's a lot of background noise, so maybe it's when you want to talk, maybe good to unmute.
Okay.
All right, game number 1 between Inex and Dephy. So playing for Insane Master Killers, we have Inex, the Brazilian Chad gamer, and in the bottom right, I don't actually know much about Dephy. I know his name, and I think he was in Platinum Heroes, if I was not mistaken, at some point. Or maybe you said he was in Born Ghost. I'm not sure. I think he did a stint in Platinum Heroes.
Not for very long. I think he's been in a lot of clans.
Right, but this is some TVT, a matchup which I know almost nothing about. Which can be quite a fun matchup to watch sometimes. Can also be a boring tank fest, but let's see how it goes. But I feel like a lot of these games half the time get decided with like Reapers and Hellions ambushing each other.
INX plays pretty fucking aggressive in TVTs from what I've seen, so I wouldn't expect it to end up in the camp fest one way or the other.
Okay,
Really cool builds, 2 starport stuff, and yeah.
2 starport and TVT, that sounds interesting.
It's super important to have the air control with Vikings because they give your tanks the vision, and if your opponent can't get near your tanks, they can't kill your tanks. So.
Yeah. SCV Scout going to go ahead across the map for Inex. Check out what Dephy's up to. Dephy electing not to scout for the time being. That is one of the depots of all time. That doesn't block a Reaper jump, so I guess it's just for vision. I would think you want something over here. It's kind of weird. Seems like a weird position that I say that, but Inex is doing the same thing, so clearly these 2 guys know what's going on. Dephy's a little bit more close to the crates over here. Well, now mirror builds. Dephy slightly ahead in, actually no, it was slightly ahead in minerals. It is slightly ahead in minerals, but not much. Looks like Inex wants to use this SCV, I think, to tank the first Reaper shot, if I'm not mistaken. Otherwise, I don't know why else you'd send it in. Looks like it is going to be the case. So the Reaper gets the first shot off. Which means that Dephy's Reaper has to piss off. Which means we can actually kill this SCV. Nice little maneuver here from Inex. This is kind of like these... this is maybe where these Terrans like get this microcentric philosophy from. Because I feel like TVT has all sorts of cute little micro shit you can do. But now, we do have to back off because... Oh! There's a Reaper on Reaper ambush, but the problem is we took some shots here on Inex's Reaper before Dephy's reinforcements arrived, but it's not going to matter. Inex somehow he actually was behind in HP then, he managed to catch up.
What a dance.
What a dance indeed, dancing in the reeds. What'd you say?
I said they twirled around each other.
They did twirl around each other. And then Inex gets the better of that dance, I think he kills extra SCV and extra Reaper. Now he's gonna see what else he can do, but now it's equal on equal. It's Reaper and Hellion versus Reaper and Hellion, but there's another Hellion coming to fight. We need to run away. Inex, run! Oh, Hellions are faster than Reapers. This Reaper's not long for this world. There he goes down. And now Inex, staying a bit too long, gets punished for it. Now we have 1 Hellion versus 2 Hellions. The fight continues, but Big Daddy Cyclone's here to make it irrelevant. Though, Dephy might still be able to kill this Hellion. Ah, it's gonna run away, it's not gonna get it. Can the Cyclone lock on? It will not lock on, so this Hellion will live to tell the tale. And Inex's Cyclone, yeah, says you better run. But Dephy has his own Cyclone because, actually, he delayed something, I guess. He's got the Raven coming. So Raven versus Banshee. Actually, Inex building more Cyclones. I don't know how many Cyclones you build in TVT before it becomes mech. But I think you can build a few more than you would otherwise. Let's see going down for Inex. So Rudy's prediction about 2-base stuff is not going to happen now. We're going to see some fairly macro play here for from Inex. Dephy not showing signs of expanding yet. So we might see some aggression from him, but I'm not sure he'll be able to eke out enough of an edge. We're getting interference matrix on both players. Not quite sure exactly how this... Because it looks almost like they've kind of got the same amount of economy structures, but Inex has a whole third base ahead of Dephy, so it seems to have definitely eked out an advantage. Probably maybe in the macro while those little fights were happening. But here comes Banshee. That can cause some bit of problems. There's a cyclone here, so this is not going to end well for Inex. Kills 4 workers. I have no idea if you're happy with that. Probably you are. It's okay damage, but Banshees are pretty expensive. But it does mean that Inex's worker lead goes up by even a higher margin, and if he lands that third base, which he's going to do, then his eco will really turn up way ahead of Dephy's. Dephy, I'm still not quite sure what his action plan is. He's got okay, he is going mech. He's got multiple factories. That might explain why he's not expanding so aggressively. So we're going to see mech versus... What do we got here? Bio, okay. So this should be a fun matchup. Do a flip, Raven. No, no flip.
Are they a unit that can dance?
I don't know. I know they do like a barrel roll, but I'm not sure if that's just the dance or like the idle animation. You actually have a move out here from Inex. Not a whole lot of bio in this army, just a lot of mech units. But we're actually going to meet Dephy's push in the middle of the map. There's way more here for Inex though, so if Dephy gets caught, he could be in trouble. Not sure if Inex saw that. But he's just going to hold the high ground. Oh, he gets a lock on from the high ground. But it does actually mean Dephy actually gets a lock on the Raven, which is probably more important than getting some damage on the Hellion. Both players are going to Viking production, so they want to be able to rule the skies. Oh, lock-ons on both sides, but it's the Hellion tanking the damage for Dephy. Inex loses a Cyclone, Dephy sieges up, and Inex says, okay, it's just a prank program going on. But I think Dephy's gonna be the one... this is kind of odd, like, I wouldn't expect the mech player to be pushing, but he's got no third base, so he's kind of... He needs to get some work done, otherwise he's just gonna fall really far behind Inex here. Hellbat's morphing this one, Hellbat just gliding along.
He's catching a ride with the tank.
He is. But oh, we're trying to siege up into a beautiful concave here from Inex. Wait, what? We unsieged a tank that was sieged? Huh? Well, that's just got explosive quickly. The workers are pulled. But Inex is going to come out of this, yeah, on top. That ended suddenly. I guess that's TVT moment. Okay, just waiting for them to host.
That was a cute little intermission.
Yeah, Stetman. I wish there was more lore behind Stetman, like some SC2 lore. Kind of wacky guy. On to Tourmaline we go. Please swap me out before you start the game.
Oh no.
Good luck, Doom. You got this.
I've taken a map of Inex before. I can maybe do it again. No, I can't.
Do it. Prove it. Also, my customer wasn't ready for me. They had to go pick up their kid because I was a little early. So I just get to sit in my van and watch these games and cast now. As long as I don't sound too terrible on the earpiece.
That sounds a bit better now.
Maybe I should just take the Bluetooth piece off. Go with the phone. Is this better, or was it better with the
Sounds good.
earbud?
You sound
Okay.
clear.
Really? We'll take it.
Sound very close to my ear. It's very personal.
Well, get used to it, bud.
Rudy whispering sweet nothings in your ear.
Classic SCL.
About Terran versus Terran.
And then he puts his Cyclone where?
He's gonna lock on, and he ain't letting go.
Jeez. Hot damn, Rudy. Alright. Game number 2. Ooh, where's this SCV going? This doesn't look like an SCV with good intentions.
Hey, I want to see some proxy racks, man.
Mine. You have to take a hit from a long pull before you do that.
Well, I'm at work. I don't know how many people are doing that right now. And also, I've only smoked once in the last 2 weeks.
Man, it's a miracle you're still alive.
What the hell? It's not food.
Let's see. Okay, Dephy is going to proxy another Rax here, so this is going to be what, Reaper shenanigans?
Could be Marauders if it's 2, but we only got 1 SCV out there, don't we?
Yeah, I'm going to go on SCV. There's also a barracks back home.
Yeah. Oh, I like this. I do this a lot in TVT. 1 proxy racks.
So how this is presumably not super all in. You just want to do a little. You can just do a little bit of damage, right? You're hoping to snowball
Exactly.
Reapers.
You can kill them with it if they're not ready, and you get the jump on like their Reapers and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're just kind of trying to get ahead because obviously you're going to delay your CC, but you still get a factory at a pretty good time.
INexorable is going to scout this. Is he going to? Oh, he's just going to scout this. Oh, just sees it.
Feels bad for Dephy.
That is unfortunate.
Good soundboard.
Yeah, we got 9K in the chat again. This guy is he's watching a lot of the SCL costs. What a goat.
Oh yeah. You mean Ninik?
Yeah, Ninik. Don't tell Sewer Badger. Ooh, look at this little trick here. INX trying to hide the Reaper in the grass, but actually INX was trying to... Oh, sorry, yeah. Dephy just goes around the grass completely. But now we got 2 Reapers on 1. Oh, I'm going to just have to settle for SV kill for now. But yeah, with these 2 Reapers now done, we don't have another one anywhere close, so we can't really take an advantage here as Dephy. We haven't actually started a natural yet. As
Yeah,
Dephy
you're gonna
is.
get your factory still.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah, okay, he's floating his back. Okay, so he's done trying to pressure. He sees, okay, it's not going to work. So yeah, advantage here for INX, I guess. We lost 1 worker, but our DC should be way ahead. I guess it's not, I mean, way ahead's actually a bit of overstatement because he also built his on the high ground, so this is almost equally timed CCs.
Yeah.
They're not going to come, it's going to come into play about the same time, so... Actually,
It's a decent bit ahead. It's a decent bit ahead in Exorcist, but he's gonna have to float it down.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not really ahead, and it's not going to be effective ahead.
Yeah, fair.
So this is actually kind of an equal opener. We have 1 worker ahead for INX, and that's about the only advantage I think we have. In fact, we actually have a Cyclone even earlier. We have Tech Lab in the factory even earlier for Dephy. So his Tech Lab units are nice and ahead. We also have extra barracks on Dephy's side. Hope he doesn't plan on playing mech though. That's a bit of a waste.
Nah, you're gonna play bio after opening 2 racks in TVT.
Listen, there's plenty of degenerate Terrans that'll open 2 racks into mech against Protoss, against Zerg.
Yeah. I mean, they'll do it. But I don't know how good it would be. For TVT, that is.
Yeah. But now INX actually somehow has quite a supply lead all of a sudden. 50 to 40. I guess there was something in that advantage. But we've got 2 Cyclones here on the side of Dephy, so I don't know how much INX can do. Oh, 1 Cyclone going into the main, that could be a problem if this army moves in here. This is a very nice concave, but this is, I think, better units on the side of INX. We are targeting down the Cyclone. Oh, does not fall though. The full HP Cyclone can come and kill the other one. It does get a lock on, so that's going to be an immediate pushback, and I think, yeah, after that actually, now it already evens up. That trade not going INX's way. Damn. What? INX killed only 1 Reaper? Surely not. Holy moly. That's actually insane. That's a ridiculous trade. 50 resources. Sorry, 100 resources traded for 750 resources. That's a good trade. Doesn't matter what race you're playing. Third base on location for Dephy. He's really feeling confident now. Reaper's going to go into his natural. Haven't got a kill yet, and I don't think they will. And maybe got one there. Yeah. Reapers are sacrificed. I wonder if we would maybe go up into the main. Oh, we can't because that's blocked. Nice. To get the full scout on and see what INex is up to. INex actually doesn't have much production at all. Still working with his original production structures. Whereas Dephy's adding on a third Rax. Third Rax, or 3 Rax is also coming up for INex. Does seem to be that Dephy's in the lead now. I guess army supply wise INex is still going to lead, so maybe not. Hard to say. But it's pretty close. And it's one bad fight away from being anyone's game.
Yeah, things can change quick in all the mirrors, as we all know.
Yep. 9K saying he's working from home for 2 weeks, so we got his attention. Very cool.
Hell yeah.
Okay, here we're going to see some double Raven harass. But, oh, he's going to skirt past the third base. I don't think it's worth dropping a missile turret or, what do you call these things? Not missile turrets.
Auto turrets?
Auto turrets.
Auto turret.
Oh, we sent a nice stim, that's cute.
It's pretty good. Yeah, it can be pretty good.
Oh, we kill
They
Raven!
do so much damage.
We also killed Raven, that's huge. Stim denied and Raven killed, that's pretty big damage here for INex. And these guys are just doing little bits of chip damage at each other and kind of just going back and forth. It's quite fun to watch. Third base coming down for INex, so he will be able to land it shortly. Army supply wise, he's still keeping the lead there, especially after killing that one Raven. Obviously his Ravens don't have much energy, right? So these are pretty drained. We still have a high energy Raven lurking around here somewhere for Dephy. Which is something, it's definitely a resource to keep an eye on. We got spotter Marines going on everywhere. Hello, Straw Hat. Spotter guarding Vikings. Wow, double Viking each side of the map. Spotter Marines. INex does not want anything getting anywhere near his bases. There's almost as much vision as a Zerg has. So now, after doing all that, we're going to move out. Oh no, 2 Vikings are going to get caught by the Cyclones. Are they going to die? Yes, they are. Oof. We do trade one of the Cyclones out, but I think you definitely want those Vikings for air control, because those numbers snowball pretty hard. What is the Viking count, actually? We got 1 Viking. Oh yeah, we've got 4 Vikings on the side of INex, only 1 on the side of Dephy, so he is not going to have control of the skies. He does have an insane tank count, though. Although, INex's is nothing to scoff at either, and with the Raven in play... Oh, Raven's just going to kind of dive in a bit hard there. But the one Raven that Dephy does have, which has lots of energy, is not able to do much since the Vikings are zoning it. We're still actually focused on medevac production, not even trying to take control of the skies is Dephy. I feel like that kind of loses you these push scenarios, right? Because the Vikings establish air control, the Ravens are free to do what they want. Dephy getting a 4th base in the middle of all this. We're actually going to run in and siege up. We don't have... Ooh, this is not looking like a good fight for Dephy. Pulls back, but he's getting pummeled by the siege tanks. Now he's sieged up in a bit of an awkward position, although we do siege up in range of a siege tank. Oh, we pull workers. Okay, workers are going to get on top of the tanks, but there's still a lot of tanks to get through, and the bio is going down. Looking like a decent amount of damage here for INex. He will get cleaned up eventually, but at what cost?
He's up so many workers now. This
Yeah.
would be pretty much impossible.
Yeah,
To keep up.
the only thing going his way is his army supply is much higher, but I think a lot of that army supply is medevacs. He's got like 5 of them.
Yeah.
Hey, he does have... Okay, siege tank count is nothing to scoff at. We have 5 siege tanks to nothing. That is actually not... That's pretty big. In theory, if we can get these siege tanks across the map, we could be in a very good position here. But can we get across? Sorry?
What's the units?
Got 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got equal bio,
Yeah.
lots of medevacs and tanks, so...
He's chilling though. He's chilling though. He ain't going.
Yeah, I guess he has a 4th base, but, INex is also about to land his 4th base, so it's not like he's going to have much of an eco advantage from that. In fact, INex wants to come push the issue. And he might actually catch Dephy by surprise, or he might get caught with his pants completely down. The siege, with a quick repair, I feel like we might be able to save this planetary. Yeah, we are pulling. This is not a good fight for INex. I think he's about to get smashed now because on the front, here comes Dephy. The mass repair should be good to keep us alive here. Siege, we are stimming into the main. Got no time to siege up, no time to do anything. We're just going to send it. Siege. Oof, this planetary is still getting pummeled by the tank, but it's not going to any more marine damage left on it. Breaking this high ground could be tricky, but I don't even know if we need to break the high ground. We can just kill everything else. Yeah, and INex will tap out. GG. Damn.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
I am entertained, Drachnus. Alright. 1 point apiece as we go on to Winter Madness in Game 3. A lot of back and forth in that previous game, and it seemed kind of like INex had that game after the damage he did. But I think getting a little bit too horny onto that planetary and leaving himself exposed in the and completely outnumbered in terms of tanks. Bit him in the ass as Dephy kind of shoved it down his throat. Both players playing with red and green.
Additional supply depots.
What are we? What is this scrolling? We're just like jumping back and forth between the. Huh. Well, INex just spamming camera locations, whereas Dephy just seems to zip back and forth between his supply depot. Okay, so barracks. I won't even say we're hiding this barracks because it's not even in the corner. This is kind of stuff I kind of see from patches half the time where he tries to hide a barracks somewhere in his own base. But it will be double racks here from Dephy. I guess it's a similar principle. We're just trying to build Reapers and try and catch our opponent off guard. So far, INex has been pretty on the ball. Is double gas standard in TVT, Rudy? Or is it still a sign of aggression?
Very standard.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. It'd be considered greedy to go single gas.
Fair enough. Double Reaper production here for Dephy. INex just working on his factory. INex actually pulling out of gas, Dephy staying on it. I guess he needs the extra gas for the Reapers.
Yeah, and you can still afford the factory and you'll eventually get the CC.
Yep. INex's Reaper just taking a poke out on the map trying to see if anything's sus. But he's not going to find anything untoward. Dephy not moving out with these Reapers though. There he is.
I want to see one of these guys do a 2-star port build. It's very, very fun, very strong.
I'm kind of... This whole double Reaper thing doesn't seem particularly effective in the sense that now, because of Defender's advantage, INex has the same number of Reapers as Dephy does anyway. There will be now a timing now where there'll be 3 against 2, but then there's going to be a Hellion on the other side of the map, so I don't know what these Not sure what these Reapers are going to do, but he is actually producing more, so he's still looking to snowball this. Hiding in the grass, he's going to get some beautiful shots off on these Reapers. He's going to get one for free. That is going to change the... This goes. However, the Hellion could line up a perfect shot on these Reapers and cause some problems for him. No more units in production, only a Cyclone. So the Cyclone obviously will do great against the Reapers, but it has to come out first. And now there's going to be 5 Reapers. Oof. Vicious shot there from the Hellion does damage all the Reapers at once. Reaper, the jump up spot is not covered, so we can jump up, but obviously you don't know what you're running into. This Dephy is just going to chill for now. Wait, there's another Reaper. He's going up to 6 Reapers. Man's insane. This is, I mean, they look like small units, but this is a lot of gas. That's, what is that, 300 gas in there? You just spent 300 gas and we killed 1 Reaper, basically, so I'm not really sure if this is worth it. I mean, we also killed an SCV, but yeah. INex now has 2 Cyclones. Dephy only has 1, but that's a lot of Reapers. I mean, even the Reapers don't do that much damage against these units. There's still enough Reapers that they have to take them seriously. And you do have a micro potential also with the grenades. Oh, this is going to get awkward though, as both players are going to miss each other. Medevac's going to boost across. Were we trying to boost Reapers into the base? Looks like we are. Hello, this is going to get wacky as we get a lock on a Hellion, but a Cyclone... Yeah, we are locked into the Cyclone and Dephy. Now it's 2 Cyclones and a Reaper versus 5 Reapers and a Cyclone. I assume the Reapers win that, but I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure the Reapers can really chase down these Cyclones about the same speed here. Dephy taking a 3rd base again. Seems to have settled on how he wants to play the game. As we are going to see a Banshee now from INex. But it shouldn't be able to get too much done against these 2 Cyclones. Indeed. Oh, 1 Cyclone not locking on actually. It's going to waste a little bit of time, but unfortunately, well, fortunately for Dephy, INex stopped kind of controlling it there. He was happy with the 3 workers that he got. Reapers are going to run up into this base. They could cause... No, they're going to cause too much problem here because there's 2 Cyclones waiting for them. I mean, they're doing damage, but holy crap, they die fast. The Reapers die fast as well. I guess, I mean, these Reapers aren't very useful units. Okay, if we could have killed the other Cyclone, I think it would have been worth it, but 1 Cyclone for 5 Reapers is a trade that I think INex is more than happy to make. Let's see, watch this double Cyclone drop go across the map here. Both players looking to play Bio again. Oh, Medevac boosts away from some units. So there is going to get out of dodge. Maybe trying from the natural angle. As what do we got here? It's Reaper trying to be annoying, trying to get some scout information. We'll see the 3rd base, which is going to prompt INex to move out. He says, no, you're not allowed to take the 3rd base. Not in my house. But Dephy says, yeah, you know what I can do? I can just drop Cyclones in your base. Suck it. This should actually do a lot of damage. There are no units in a position to defend this. Oh, 1 Cyclone gets wrapped around, but we can just pick up and leave. So this is going to get real awkward as a tank gets dived on. Auto turret goes down as well. Means that... Oh, actually, it's Dephy's auto turrets. Auto turrets trying their best. Not actually much army here from Dephy, but he's doing a lot of damage. Does F2 his units home, though. Uh-oh, I feel like that's a big mistake. We could have done a lot of damage if we hung around. I guess the SCVs are pulled, maybe not. I'm kind of surprised. I thought it was for a second INex might be like, well, the boys are pulled. Let's just send them to the other side of the map anyway. Oh, no stim! Stim does finish. We nearly denied stim again, but not this time. Not this time, INex. Pretty nasty tank spot over here. Is Dephy will disable one of them, but can't get hold of the other yet. Auto turrets are dropped, but quite far away. SCVs are pulled now. Tank on the low ground is having a field day. 3 tanks available here from Dephy, but none sieged. No auto turrets available anymore for these tanks. We could have probably killed them with 1 tank. Oh, all the Ravens go down. GG's called INex takes game number 2, so Back and forth they trade. Whew. Alrighty, game number 4. INX leads the series 2-1. Can he close it out, or will our red Terran in the bottom right make it to game 5? Bottom right we have 3x Mula, Dephy. Top left, Insane Master Killers, INexorable. Okay, let's see, I wouldn't mind some proxy shenanigans again, but it doesn't look like we're going to get any of that straight off the bat, at least. INX basically doing nothing particularly cheesy, just straight up macro. That's why he's Rudy's idol. So Rudy likes to pretend he's a macro player.
I'll macro for 10 minutes.
Very straight up play from both sides, looking like the standard 1-on-1. No excess Reapers, no excess barracks. Just a good old quiet start on this map. Again, X doing his trick with SCV again, gets the first hit in the Reaper. However, I think he miscontrolled something there because his Reaper then got out of range of Dephy. So, despite getting the first hit, he obviously can chase this Reaper, and the Reaper can't fight. Oh, now a moment of inattention allows Dephy to turn around, uses his own SCV to tank some shots. Now Dephy's Reaper is healing up, and means INX needs to piss off. Oh, wait, double Reaper production here from Dephy. So I actually have a reactor on the reactor and pump out two extra Reapers. Guess we do already have 2 Reapers on the side of INX, right? Yeah. They are looking to jump up into Dephy's base, and we'll be able to do so. Nothing here to defend, although 2 Hellions will put an end to these Reapers. This seems a bit rough here for INX, because now he's lost map control completely. Now you've got 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions. against Rebellions. We are going to get the final shot on the SCV, which will delay the natural. INex's natural will get up. The only thing is, there's a lot of units that are now coming across the map. Obviously, we have a Cyclone. Big Daddy Cyclone doesn't fuck around. He's quite happy to kill some cheap units, but the problem is he can't fight all this alone. So he does need to be careful here. INex wisely evacuating the low ground. And I think Dephy will be happy with that damage for now as force workers to pull off. Maybe he chooses to let the Reapers jump up the ledge and try and go into the natural, but looks like no. Build orders looking very, very similar. Ravens being built. Some action here. Oh, hello. Where did these extra Reapers come from? Nice quick repair on that Cyclone that's going to keep it alive, and holy damn, these Reapers just dropping like flies. The mass repair on that Cyclone coming in clutch there for INex, avoiding total disaster. So obviously that Cyclone had gone down, he might have taken a lot more damage. He probably would have taken a lot more damage. But Cyclones plus SCV's pretty strong combo. Let's watch these Reapers go on their way home. Oh. Oh no, they're going to try and do some ambushing, but instead they get ambushed by the Cyclone. Use the grenade! Grenade will not be effective. Looks like it will be bio from both players. We are, yeah, we're getting interference matrix. Is that already done on... Yeah, it's done on the side of INex. INex going for a much later third than Dephy. If INex doesn't punish this with a move out, it looks like he might be doing, but if he doesn't punish it, then Dephy will be in a pretty good spot. But how much damage will Dephy take from this little move out here from INex? This could be decided, this game could be decided pretty quickly if things go wrong here. Or Dephy, that is. It's a nice siege tank position. Is oh, nice first shot on that Cyclone. Will obliterate it. However, we do get interference matrix off. Need to interfere his... we're not interfering that matrix. Interference matrix that tank. Mass auto turrets will be the call instead from Dephy. It is going to obliterate the bio and will then allow it to clean up the tank, so... Yeah, not a bad call in the end. The auto turrets do their jobs and force INex back home, but not before potentially losing its siege tank, which would be pretty rough here for him. Raven's just keeping just out of sight enough to not die to the Vikings while still providing vision. Should be careful not to lose these Vikings. These are very expensive units. I think Dephy can just be happy with his position. Although I say that his work account's pretty low compared to INex. I'm not sure what the cause of that was, but he is behind a bit on eco now. He does have an orbital finish, so that does count for something, but we need to catch up on that work account. We are pumping out 3 SCVs at a time, only 2 for INex as he finishes up the orbital. Still on the way of both sides. We do have +1 restarter for Dephy, so he's kind of been taking the greedier route here. But it is... it does seem to be paying off. 9K saying, big brain INex, he's now my goat. You can join. Rudy's president of the INex fan club. You can ask him if you want to join 9K.
Ninix allowed.
Ninix, but what about 9K? Only Ninic or 9K?
Only Ninic, and he's got to bring pizza.
Okay. You heard the conditions, Ninic. Alright, +1 starts up for INex. But worker-wise, we've caught up. Army-wise, we're slightly ahead, so I like this position for Dephy now. Armory on the way at a timely manner, so he will be able to start up his 2-2 at a good time. So things looking lining up pretty well for Dephy, even starting a 4th base on location. That seems like a very strange place for a Terran to take their 4th in TVT, because that's not very easily defendable compared to this one, or even this one maybe. I guess you can't take the 4th base in TVT because tanks are going to be a nightmare. My main guess here. Spotter Marines keeping an eye on things. It's going to be missing each other. You ever think there's like a gentleman's agreement between the Marines? They just see each other out here like, look, we're not sure who's going to die. It's going to come down to RNG. How about we just let each other We both got a job to do. Let's just go on our separate ways. But no, he walked into a tank fire, and now all that's left of Jim the Terran is a pile of blood. Okay, I'm starting to talk absolute nonsense, so I think something needs to happen soon. Looks like Dephy will oblige. He is going to siege up. He maybe about to show us why this base is difficult to take, and as he instantly obliterates the siege tower. Leaves one tank here, but we don't... Oh! INX's tanks wander into it. Now a scan will confirm, will allow the tanks to shoot, but... Oh, massive interference matrix on the Vikings. Why are we disabling Vikings? Oh, it doesn't really matter. We're about to steamroll. I think walking into those two tanks might be a bit much to say that we're going to actually finish the game out. But big advantage here for Dephy. Not missing a beat with his upgrades either. 2-2's on the way. Actually, I say that... No, he must have been a little bit delayed because INX is finished as well. So there must have been a timing there where INX was a little bit slow, but now... Oh, yeah, I was thinking this is why we probably can't take this base. $9K said he's a certified pizza boy, got the uni and everything. Pretend like I know what that means. As a drop in the bottom from INX is going to hammer Dephy's undefended base. Ooh, this is going to be a nice little... This is going to... Oh, actually no, we pick up, I was going to say, it's going to be a nice pick-off. I don't think there was any... There was not going to be any time for INX to save that. Wait, what the hell? Well, there's an enemy medevacs or own medevacs? Must be an enemy medevacs. I looked for a second like he shot his own medevacs. A decent number of siege tanks here from INX. Sorry, from Dephy. And we have been forced to relocate our base. Ooh, nice interference matrix. It's going to get us into a decent position. And the tanks are going to get obliterated. I think we're just going to clean this up. And now there's nothing left to secure the natural. So nothing stopping Dephy from punching through if he sees this. And of course, we're Terran, we have a scan, we can see whatever the F we want. So we are at least going to lose control here. Workers will be forced to be pulled. Tank fire could be brutal if we don't pull back, but I think we should have enough tanks here. I said the concave is decent here, but no, the tank fire is disgusting. And Dephy will take game number 4 and take us to game 5. Holy hype. Let's go, Dephy. Series going the distance.
The numerous members of the INexorable fan club are pissed right now.
But now you get to see another INX game, though.
True. The Brazil Awards just giving us entertainment while we're working.
Yeah.
So that's why we like them.
Oops, what happened to INX? But this game is for all the marbles. It is 2-2. It is Dephy versus INX. Just saw this logo now. It's the Insane Master Killer. Is there like a wolf on top? Another reason for Rudy to love INX, because there's some kind of dog or wolf on his clan tag picture. No one gonna proxy? No one? Oh well. Pelican Dream. But I think they've had decent success just playing standard. In fact, I think most of the games where Dephy's tried some fancy shenanigans, he hasn't done well. Although I think, no, the proxy racks on Tourmaline, he did win that game, but that was, I don't think, because of the proxy racks opener. Who do we think's winning this, guys? Rudy's always going to say Inex. Anyone betting on Dephy?
Nah, it's gonna be close. They didn't get to 2-2 for no reason.
Yep,
We'll just have to see what happens.
that is true. Right. We got Inex going again for the 2 Reapers. Well, Dephy goes for the Reaper Reactor, double Reaper. Both sides just chilling out near their bases, hoping to catch the other player somewhere they shouldn't be. Well, this is looking like the most passive game start we've had so far. They're done flirting with each other, the skill checks and all the shenanigans. Now that's going to play some macro. Little concave set up in the natural, all of 1 second from Dephy. Now he wants to go and aggressively hold his ramp. Oh, finally to see some movement. We've got quite a few. We've got 4 Reapers and 3 Hellions moving across the map. That is quite a decent number of units. And if the Cyclone gets sniped, then the snowball will snowball pretty hard as Reaper gets caught out. Is the game about to end at this stage? No, Cyclone doesn't take any damage. It looked like it was going to go pretty terribly for Inex, but yeah, we are still going to have a fight here. Auto turret gets dropped. That does look like it's going to equalize the firepower here, and will force Dephy to go home. Thing is though, you got these like 4 Reapers left over. It's pretty awkward. There's not much they want to do with them later. Actually, Inex is kind of already preempting Dephy to try and sack these Reapers up the Reaper ledge. Got units positioned, waiting. Dephy not going to oblige him yet, although maybe. The Reapers are splitting up. Looking like they want to go there. That will be a brutal trap if they do decide to go. Third base not on location this time for Dephy. He's been building his thirds on location a lot. Now seems to be taking a bit more chilled. Inex, no sign of a third. Ooh, there's the double starport, Rudy. Inex going double starport. Rudy's been asking for this build, and now we have it. Let's see if it's gonna carry Inex through. So this is gonna be probably pretty brutal, because Dephy's obviously going a little bit more eco-focused with the third base. Inex just powering up on 2 bases. So it's all gonna come down to this. I think the early tank position I want to say is oh, Inex's Hellion just running past Dephy saying, hey, I'm not gonna stop and fight you, you gotta catch me. Dephy also being super patient with these Reapers. Just waiting to try and find the right moment to get some damage in. Which, to be honest, the 4 Reapers, if this whole army moves out from Inex, the Reapers run in, like the Reapers run in now, that could be critical damage here. As it is, they're going to get a scout. Oh, actually immediate pullback there from Dephy, very nice. This is a big heads up that something's coming. And the Vikings will allow for complete S priority, even though we're not using one of these. Okay, there we go. So we've got a lot of Vikings here. Inex actually going around. He knows he's been scouted, so maybe he's trying to find a different angle on Dephy, or maybe he's trying to find a third base that doesn't exist yet. But Dephy will scout this, which is pretty huge. Now he can position his army as INex is going to swing around again, so he's just fishing for an angle here. But this is quite a decent amount of space to have to walk around, so this is kind of hurting him. As we are going to see immediate lock on, on the Vikings. Sorry, Ravens are going to try and dive through. They are going to get obliterated by the Vikings, but not, by the Vikings, but not until they get their siege order turrets off. We are seeing a bit of a pitched battle here. I don't know if INex running away here, but can he afford to? He's kind of all in, right? I know he does have a third on the halfway done. So we actually don't need to do a huge amount here. We're kind of chilling. If you could, well, I guess we're not, I mean, this is a fully saturated third base, and this base is also not even just correctly positioned, I don't think. Not that it should matter too much, because the Terrans get a free pass on that one. They can always lift up and plop it down where it belongs. Lots of scans here from INex. He still fishes for an angle. This could be the angle he's looking for. We can get sieged up over here. This is going to be, well, immediate pull here. Very decisive from Dephy. He's just going to pull all the boys and say, fuck it, we're getting rid of these tanks. Now, it's obviously going to be pretty expensive in terms of workers, but the problem is now for INex is, again, he's going to have to be pretty low on the tank count. I say that Dephy only has one tank, so maybe it doesn't really matter. Dephy looking to move across the map here will be spotted by INex. Actually, no, he's going to pull back. So, yeah, INex actually got a pretty good trade there. 22 workers killed. And it doesn't look like Dephy is either able or willing to actually kind of push the issue. So INex got himself into a pretty good position here. Has the upgrade advantage as well, so that's going to be pretty damn nice for him. Dephy, I don't think has started eBay. He has started eBay, so now he can start up his upgrades. Needs a little more gas. We should see armor started shortly. Armor? Alright. Sacrificial Marine will see the move out, but again, we kill a worker and we go back. I think Dephy says, you know what, if you find me, if you scout me, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to make you go boo. I'm just going to make you kind of freak out a little bit and then I'll go home. Supply evening up. These guys really are a pretty good match for each other. These games have been pretty close. Neither player getting really catastrophic leads or catastrophic advantages on the other player. They're both able to do this dance very well. What is this? What's happening over here? Okay, we're going up for a fourth base and getting a missile turret or a sensor tower. Seems I'm pretty tongue-tied today. As Dephy has made it across the map now to a base that doesn't exist yet. Ooh, we're in for a doom drop? Question mark? Looks like we do want to go for a doom drop. There's some tanks to cover us on the low ground, I assume. This is quite the maneuver here from Dephy. Let's see if it's going to work out, as INex's units are pouring into his main. I don't know if these tanks are really that close enough to provide supply support. And indeed, Dephy will be forced to pick up and go away. We can get a cancel on the fourth base though, which will be pretty big since Dephy's already got his fourth almost done on location. Can he get it though? I feel like he could have, but he instead decides to back off. Tank count's pretty low here for INex, I feel like. And tank count's low on both sides. As Dephy's now going to go home, INex will see that he's going home. I don't know what these Marines are. Okay, look like they want to go drop in his main. INex thought that Dephy's going home. I think Dephy thought Dephy was going home, but now it looks like he's going back in again. I guess he's just sharking around here. Oh, but this is going to be huge! This third base is completely undefended. We can slaughter every worker in here. This is going to force Dephy into doing a bit of a YOLO maneuver into the main. Which may well work out though. The Vikings fighting other Vikings, not really shooting out down any of the medevacs. Only one tank siege up here for INex, and Dephy's tanks are going to go to town. So we do lose a third base for Dephy, but INex might pay the price here with his production in his main. Supply is still pretty neck and neck. It's hard to tell who's really coming out on top of this. Ooh, this INex loses a tank for free here to the vision of the Viking. The air control here from Dephy is proving pretty nasty, but now INex shoving into Dephy's natural will be pushed back. Meanwhile, Dephy is getting some decent damage done in INex's main here. Oh, we need a boost out of here. Boost out. We need a boost. Ah, boost on cooldown. No! We had to keep dropping Marines just to keep us from dying there, but it looks like Dephy comes out of this on top. It does. INX does have an extra base, and technically 5 more workers. But army supply-wise, Dephy is cooking. INX does have a supply upgrade lead as well, slight. But he needs to get his tanks in position if he wants to be able to hold this push that Dephy's cooking up here. What a back and forth series, hot damn. Okay, we are gonna scan up here and see INX's position. Dephy looking like he wants to doom drop again. If it didn't work the first, well, it didn't work the first time, it did pretty well the second time. So surely the third time it should be lethal, but INX is keeping an eye on this drop with his scans. He's not going to be caught off guard. These guys dancing a very dangerous tango, but both players dancing it very well. Oh, Liberated Siege is up. INX is going to pick off some more of Dephy's workers. Dephy's eco is actually pretty disastrous now. He's kind of... If he's not able to... Oh, wow, okay. INX is set up for the doom drop. That ain't happening. Although, I mean, we could get in over there, but there's not that much to kill. But holy shit, we're not getting anywhere near the main production here. Dephy scans and sees what he's up against. He's in a pretty rough spot. I feel like he needs to drop another CC. Or, if he knew... I mean, he knows about this because there's a sense tower, so... We could kill this planetary, I feel like. But Dephy, INX keeping track of the army, is going to start shifting his army over this side. But can he get there in time is the question. Dephy will give him some breathing room, so... The answer is yes, he will get there in time. Now, there's still a difference in the army, but the gap is narrowing, so I feel like INX has basically got himself back into this. I feel like he was in a bit of trouble. Holy moly. INX putting up an absolute wall of defense in Dephy's face, and Dephy wise enough not to smash his face into it, but he's kind of putting himself in a position where he might have to smash his face into it soon. Does actually have a 4th CC now on the way, so it will allow him to kind of equalize a bit on the eco, but oh, I say that. Dephy stims into the natural entrance here of INX. There's a lot of bio here for Dephy, but there are tanks on the high ground, tanks on the middle ground, tanks on all ground as we drop into the main here for INX. Do we lose it? I think we only had 1 medevac. We had 2 medevacs. Did we lose one on the way in? I think so. I think we should be able to clean this up here as Dephy. I say that, these Marines taking a very good trade here. So, more eco damage done for INX. And Dephy, damn, he's just all about these doom drops. But INX, I don't know if he's going to get caught off guard again. When we scan, we see this is not going to happen. We're going for it anyway. Hot YOLO. We get a lot of siege tanks sieged up here. This could actually still work. Holy moly. Are we actually going to do it with a doom drop right onto 2 tanks? I feel like we should be able to clean this up as INX. Although, Dephy's supply is higher. Dropping a mule. Interesting. I'm going to repair this factory, I guess. Holy hold, Batman. It looked like Dephy was doing it. But then INX, with a clutch save there, comes in, gets his units. Now he says, no, my turn. INX has had enough. He's going to be sending it across the map. Can Dephy hold on? This is probably one of the best TVT series I've seen in SCL. You guys putting on a real show for us. But let's see. Now we have all the makings of a base race. Uh-oh. I don't even know who this favors. Army supply is equal. Oh, let's go. Okay, this we are gonna. Yeah, this is just gonna become a base race now. And there's just not much here for INX to stop this. Okay, now there's a tank line here. And the bio is almost equal in number, enough that this tank should be able to do some work. Stimming back the Marines, I don't know if that was the call there, so now we actually exposed the tank to the Marine fire. So we've lost a base each so far. This Liberator sieging up on INex's ramp, which is going to make it a bit awkward trying to get down. Siege tanks are... Yeah, we can definitely cannot fight that. We can take out this base. Which might... Oh, INex... There's a base there. Don't you know about INex? Oh, he sends Marine to check. Okay, that's actually want to fight. He just wants to kind of come back and wrap around on the army here. We didn't actually even lose the third base here. We did manage to lift it off as INex. So that's going to mean he can re-establish himself. And we're going to send it. Why are we sending it before the reinforcements arrive? I don't know about this fight here for INex. He's not going to take the best trade here. He will get the cleanup, but it's going to cost him. He's still ahead in supply though. Holy moly. Oh no, we catch this drop. And our supplies even on 99 supply. What is this game? INex gonna send a drop out onto the map. Try and look for some damage. Dephy looking like he's gearing up for another big push. Dephy's the one who actually has... He has 3-3 upgrades about to finish. Oh, but actually INex has already got 3-3 upgrades. Okay, so Dephy's about to catch up in upgrades. This push from Dephy will get caught by the spotter marines. These guys still on point with their scouting, keeping an eye out for the enemy army movement. We'll even force Dephy back now he knows he's been spotted. And now there's nothing in production in the main, so this drop has some serious potential here. Unfortunately for INex, there aren't any workers to kill. Forces a lift up on the CC. INex watching for the reinforcements here. INex working on the engineering base, but luckily for Dephy, his upgrades have finished already. Holy moly. INex now taking the supply lead army-wise. He's down on workers. But we're missing some bases here for Dephy. He's actually only has... he literally only has 2 bases. Against 4 bases. Okay, no, so INex's economy is just going to be way, way better. In fact, even to fire up a 5th base here is INex. So it's all going to come down to this next fight. If Dephy's not able to put the beat down on INex, I think INex is going to take this game. INex, for his part, looks like he's gearing up to try and take down this planetary. The Scouting Marine does now alert INex to what Dephy's up to, and he's just going to send it into these 2 bases by the looks of it. And at the same time drop in here, but it's not going to work. The drop's going to get caught by the Marines. Holy moly, we lose a double drop immediately, not a single casualty on Dephy's side. Now INex is being forced to pull the trigger. It's going to turn back into base race version 2. Oh, we got nothing in the main to defend. Are we going to get into the main here? That could be the big deciding factor. We can't... INex cannot get into Dephy's main, but Dephy's in INex's main. I think this is checkmate. I think Dephy's done it. So we cannot produce another unit. Ooh, siege up these tanks. Are they not going to kill the Marines? A little bit. Not that bad. Okay, INex will get rid of all of Dephy's mining. But INex has lost all his production. So who's more screwed? I guess army-wise, Dephy has the bigger army. But he has no eco. Doesn't even see. He can't scan. Quickly build banshees, build ghosts, get cloak. And it looks like INex is actually going to kind of stabilize here. Dephy... Oh, he used up his money. He can't build another CC. When his base died, he actually had 400 minerals, but now he doesn't have any more. Oh no, Dephy. I thought he had this there with the push into the main. But it's going to be INex, I think. INex is re-establishing his production. He's consolidated his bases. But okay, the army supply is still terrifying for Dephy. 12 tanks to 7, that is a big deal. So Dephy's not out of this yet, but I don't like the fact that he has no CCs is pretty terrifying. He's again picking a fight, or he's picking a fight before his reinforcements get here. It's kind of doing what INex did earlier. Don't really like that here. We also have lost control of the skies, which is a pretty important problem here for INex. But here comes the sandwich maneuver. We need to siege up here. Okay, we are going to get established in space here. And now we have a flank on both sides, but is it enough? The siege tanks can do a lot of damage. I feel like if we collapse at the same time for Dephy, but he's only moving one army at a time. I don't like that. But here comes the bio from the other side. Oh wait, all the bio from INEX is dead. Tanks aren't fighting though, but the... Holy moly, okay, all the bio is dead. I don't even know how to cast this anymore. Oh, can't we just send it? Unsiege the tanks and send it? Dephy? You gotta go, this game's not getting any better for you. I guess in theory this game's very over because there's liberators and there's nothing that shoots up on Dephy's side. I think this will be Dephy's last ditch effort, but it doesn't really matter. I think as long as there's a liberator. I mean, yeah, we can... As long as we have one base and one mining structure, it's not going to matter if we lose everything else. The SUVs will be pulled off. Liberator is going to go to work. Dephy's down to 10 supply, and that's going to be GG. What a series.
Holy fuck. That was so cool.
Hot damn.